You won't believe this, but Dragon Age Veilguard, shockingly, is doing absolutely horrible in every way possible. Also, where the hell have I seen this creature before?
The video game industry is broken, and Laura Kate Dale is Exhibit A as to why it's not being fixed anytime soon. This is a creature that, through my research, deserves zero empathy, zero sympathy.
Oh, this is sad. We know what this is. Oof.
And zero respect. And I'm not going to give him any of what he tries to get, because that's how people like Laura Kate Dale operate. They claim to be virtuous and out for the right ideals when
I feel disgusted.
in reality, they will throw you under the bus, drive over you, back it up, and drive over you again if it can ensure that they will get ahead in the industry, which is exactly what the problem is in the game industry today. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT. And Laura Kate Dale is someone who I've encountered previously in my research covering stuff in the game industry, because you really can't ignore people like this. They were already listed on...
Well, yeah, it's kind of hard to not spot them, you know?
Kotaku detected for a number of transgressions that they've performed while being actively employed in the professional games journalism area. This is someone who is gainfully employed in the industry. No matter how many awful things they do, how many lies they make up, how many lives they try to ruin, they continue to not just get employed, but be promoted in the industry. And it's gotta make you ask the question, why is that? Who are the people making these decisions? And at the end of the day...
Well, a lot of people make this decision out of fear. A lot of people make this decision of misplaced virtue and empathy. There's a lot of reasons why this can happen, sadly.
Hey, how is this a good thing for gaming? Because I don't know about you guys, any other company I've ever worked at professionally, if you did any of the things I'm going to go into in this video, you would not only be fired, but you'd be cut out of the professional industry that you were working in and have to start over from scratch somewhere else.
Okay.
Hit that subscribe, give me a like, and check out smashjt.com for the full and exhaustive article of everything going through Laura Kate Dale and his complete mess of
Broadening about online horror game. What?
a life, and somehow continues to
Oh, this is on the BBC. But of course it is. Britain has been completely lost.
Gainfully employed in the video game industry. At one point long ago, when we thought of individuals shaping the gaming industry, we often pictured a combination of talent, dedication, creativity, integrity, any of these buzzwords that you throw out there, because there was something behind the games being made. There was a joint passion creating these games together, and it's turned into anything but that. The world has gone to complete hell. The industry is filled to the brim with figures whose actions repeatedly question the qualities that once were paramount.
Oh, the fat! The uncontained fat! Okay, listen. Now, I'm not saying fat people, and when I say the word people, when I use the word people, I use it loosely here, okay? I'm not saying they should not have a chance to vote. I'm not saying that they shouldn't have a right to have human rights. I'm not saying they shouldn't be treated as people, but maybe they shouldn't, okay? As a precaution of, what's it called? What's the word I'm looking here? Oh yeah, self-preservation, okay? Maybe we should limit the amount of people who have a say in society, because clearly this is not a healthy representation of society on a physical and most likely mental level.
To the success of gaming in general. And you have to ask yourself, why does this keep happening? Who are the people in charge, and why do they keep promoting these types of people?
Weak men, arrogant women. That's who are in charge. Those are the people who are typically gonna always subjugate themselves and try to subjugate others to Women because they want to feel special and they want to feel important and well, more important, I guess. And men because they are weak, and weak men have no other choice but to try and push everyone down to the same level as them because they have no chance of becoming strong. When your whole identity as a man is just thinking, hey, if I say this, will I receive any backlash? You have already failed. You should be out of the genetic pool.
Laura Kate Dale is an insane, pathological liar who belongs in a loony bin, not at the end credits of a major release. And that's where this video is coming from. Laura Kate Dale on Twitter said, I just got approval to say this. I worked on Dragon Age the Veilguard. I've been sat on this secret for nearly 4 years, and I'm so...
I mean, considering how Dragon Age Veilguard works, yeah, it kind of shows. Okay, let me give you the rundown of Dragon Age Veilguard, roughly first 30 minutes of gameplay. How little goddamn sense does that game make, okay? And the irony, it's kind of like Starfield. It's kind of like Starfield. You expect it to be bad, but honestly, the game's not that horrible at the start, at the very start. You get to know this, you know, stuff doesn't make sense. It's all kind of convoluted, but at least you're kind of doing things. That's the only thing that Dragon Age Veilguard actually does right. But let me give you the rundown of the start of the game. You get given an exposition about who Solus is and, you know, in a super condensed form, and the only thing you understand from what has been said is like, so he's a elf god, I guess? Yeah, that's pretty much it. After that exposition, you get to create your character, and after we already start with the Gen Z the millennial humor, and the moment you finish your character, the narrator goes like, okay, where were we? What were we doing? Ah, yes! So yeah, expect a lot of crude and stupid humor like that. But to be fair, that's probably the best humor you're gonna actually get in Veilguard. After the game starts, and you're at a city because Solus is there, and you're the magical bumblebee that's supposed to stop him for some reason. And you need to find a guide in this city because it's really bag. And how else are you gonna find where Solus is? Well, you know, you're not. And you're accompanied by your 2 midget friends. I mean dwarfs, but dwarfs aren't people, so, you know, reasons. And all the time, in the story, in the first 30 minutes of the gameplay, 1/4 of the story is literally someone asking someone, are you alright? And them answering yes. You know, the most exposition that you have as a player in the story at the start of the game is someone points at a poop on the street and that has sprinkles on it, and you get to give your opinion. Wow, that's a mighty fine poop there, or not. And that's it. That's your player interaction. But again, it just gets worse. So you're in this city, and you have no idea. Is this city bad? Is this city good? Why is Solus here? Why can he make some kind of magical ritual there? Where could someone who is considered the god be? Oh, maybe in the pub? Oh, maybe not in the pub? Oh, maybe in some ancient fucking elvish ruins or some crap? Or maybe at the highest place ever? It just makes sense. And you don't understand anything what's happening. You enter the city. Instantaneously, there's combat for some reason with some guys who look evil, but you have no idea are they evil or not. It's just not explained. If you are a new if you are new to Dragon Age, you will be completely lost for whatever the fuck is happening in this story. So you fight some guys randomly. Because some woman behind him has information that you want, which doesn't make sense. Why does she have it? How does it make sense? Why is the tavern empty? Why is no one on the streets? There's a woefully non-existent amount of NPCs in the game, by the way. So you beat up the random guys in the cutscene, and then you get information from, you know, the person that magically knows where Solus is or something like that. And she tells you, what do you think she tells you? Where someone who is literally the god of the fucking else is gonna be in a giant city. A, in the slums, B, at the marketplace. C, in the quite clearly visible place that's the most important part of the city. Well, your guess is as good as mine. Turns out it's obviously C, the most obvious place fucking ever. Okay, so now you need to go and stop Solus because he started a ritual that's gonna destroy the Veil and the city is getting flooded with demons. Okay, what happens? The dwarf says, we need to rush, we need to stop Solus. And you're like, okay, guess we don't need a guide anymore because we now know where Solus is. And you run off. Because somehow you know that you can still stop Solus, but even though there's no reason you should think that you still can't stop Solus because he's already doing the thing that you came here stopping him from doing, okay? Then you run into your guide for some reason, and the guide's like a strong, independent, powerful woman that need no man. Obviously, also she's a cripple, 10 out of 10. And she tells you, okay, I'm the guide that's gonna help you find Solus. But you already know where Solus is. You're going to stop them. So why the fuck do you need this guide anymore? Don't know. Anyway, now we forget about the fact that we already know where Solus is because it's blatantly obvious, by the way. Oh, also, before all of this happens, more confusion. Is this city good or bad? No one knows. You get this moment where it seems like the authorities of the city are apprehending a rando person. And for some reason, you want to stop it because it's bad. What? Shouldn't that also be a roleplay element? Do you want to stop the authorities from apprehending a person that you don't know is evil or good, or who's evil or good? Don't know. You want to stop it anyway, because you see, there is no such thing as role-playing as an evil character, or even having dubious desires or needs in this game. You're only good, and you can only be good, because you're trans, and that makes sense, right? Anyway, back to Nave, Nave the guide showing you where Solus is. Turns out Solus is in a different location, which doesn't make a single fucking shred of sense, by the way. Anyway, you go there, and she's like, she follows you for no reason. Okay, then you go to the location where Solus is. Her reason for going with you and stopping Solus was, this is my city. I live here, and I want it to not be filled with demons. And by the way, while it's filling with demons, you see not a single other character around. The city's completely, literally empty, and it's supposed to be the biggest city out there. And I mean, you're still getting chased by the bad humans that are bad for God knows what reason, and they get given a name, and you have no idea what this name even means, why it matters if you're a new player. Again, it's a complete mess. Anyway, you go through a portal, you get shoved to a forest, and Solus is casting his veil-ripping bullshit shenanigans, okay? And now you need to stop him. And the fucking dwarf for some reason says, hey, I'm actually best buds with Solus. I'm gonna go talk to him. Yeah, and I'm gonna convince him to stop. And it's like, I'm sorry, are you fucking joking? You're like his best friend or something? And no, that turns out it's not a joke. If you're a new player, again, you're completely clueless what the hell is happening here. And again, this game is supposed to be accessible to new players, and yet you have no idea where you are, what's good, what's bad, are you good, are you bad, who's friends with who does what, for what reasons, don't fucking know. The most evil thing about Solus is the fact that he's bald, honestly. And that's kind of it. And yeah, turns out it's not a joke. The stupid dwarf tries to talk Solus out of doing whatever the fuck he's doing. And then we have the most autistic twist ever, by the way. Turns out Solus was the good guy all along. And he tried to save us, not actually destroy us. And effectively, the first 30 minutes of the game is the last 10 minutes of Avengers Endgame. And if you don't know what's happening or understanding why it's happening, it just makes sense. Oh, by the way, the girl that was supposed to be the guide in our city, Nava? Well, she's now your companion. She's with you now, okay? After all the shit that happens in Solus's Veil shenanigans get stopped, she's now your companion. It's not explained why. There's literally no reason for her to be there, but she just is. She just is. She's just there. No explanation, no nothing, no motivation, no character development, no fucking nothing. And that's the first. If you are playing Dragon Age Veilguard for the story, there is no story. It's just a confusing mess of shit. And that's just the first 30 minutes of the gameplay. Nothing makes sense. There is no story. Good luck, have fun. GG Nori.
So excited to finally be able to tell everyone I'm in the credits. Thanks so much to Patrick Weeks for reaching out to get me involved. And that's just the beginning.
Oh yeah, we were watching a JT video. I mean, I went on a slight rant. It's fine.
Of this iceberg we're chipping.
But I will not go on the rant about how this person is gonna ruin Life is Strange double exposure. And someone commented and asked, wait, are you serious? Life is Strange is good? Yes, Life is Strange is easily in my top 10 best games of all time. It is fucking phenomenal and amazing. At least the original. Everything after that is kind of shit. But, you know, the original is absolutely amazing. It's the best teenage lesbian girl simulator in the goddamn universe. I love it. Unironically. I'm serious. I love it.
The beginning of this iceberg we're chipping away at. Because, like I said, I've done some research on this person in the past. I've covered them and put them in Kotaku Detected, but I've never actually done a full-on deep dive of them because I never really had a need to or care to. I figured, you know, they made their mistakes and got the repercussions from it, and that was all there was to it. There was nothing more.
Oh, JT, you know they didn't get any repercussions from it. You know that didn't happen.
Didn't have to worry about them. They were gone. Then it turns out they got hired by BioWare to work on Dragon Age the Veilguard. Why is that? Oh yeah, the lead developer is also transgender, and everyone that's getting review codes happens to say they're transgender. And you gotta wonder if they're just pushing this ideology.
Inclusivity and ideologies. Yay! I love those in my games. It's so tiresome.
Because they want people to be transgender. Laura Kate Dale's career is filled to the brim with controversies and missteps. From accusing Nintendo and Persona 5 of ableism, saying that there was an offensive lyric in a Super Smash Bros.
Ableism? The last time I heard that word was against Kamala Harris detractors, because she's clearly retarded.
Other song that had the word retard in it when it was actually retort, but it didn't stop him from moving forward with an article and slandering Nintendo and Persona 5 and trying to make it sound like that these game companies were all in the wrong just to get attention and clicks, not verifying the facts, not caring about the truth, just to push an agenda. And when Atlas Entertainment came forward and said, nope, the word was retort in the song,
wait, I remembered this. I actually remembered this. I heard about it and I thought it was hilarious back in the day. I remembered this.
Kotaku had to issue an apology on Dale's behalf, and it marked just the beginning of a string of incidents that would overshadow this individual's career. They didn't stop there, and they were continued to be employed.
Why would they stop there? If you do something wrong and there's no punishment for it, why would you ever stop doing what you were doing? That's the reason why people do bad things, because punishments are not big enough.
By Kotaku even after doing something like that, which, okay, you made a gigantic mistake, the whole world's like, what the hell's going on? That's weird. That's what we call a red flag. We notate that and we remember that's what this individual is like. Probably don't want to work with them, or at least keep that in mind when we do moving forward. Then Dale decided to condemn an indie project called Tranny Gladiator by Pan Games. And it got so bad because he didn't like the name of the game. And it got so bad that the developer was getting death threats from the community because of the name of the game. Okay, this is someone that is the perpetual victim complex trying to get everyone to rally behind
Wait. Oh.
Okay, this is someone that is the perpetual victim complex, trying to get everyone to rally behind them just to get stuff canceled in an effort to press on and push themselves forward in the game industry and rise up and promote themselves. Laura was involved in one of the more troubling episodes with the false accusation of misgendering at a game expo, where Dale publicly claimed that a comedian misgendered him at the event, a claim that was quickly spiraling.
Oh no, the horrors. So what? Even if it's true, who cares?
Into widespread media coverage by outlets like NeoGAF and Kotaku themselves, trying to get the event canceled, trying to get the presenter specifically canceled.
Nice.
And all the claims that Laura Kate Dale came up with were fabricated because
obviously.
He wanted the attention and he wanted everyone to talk about him, because this is pure narcissism. At the time, during the Xbox One's trade show, according to Laura Kate Dale, host and comedian Fraser Millward supposedly humiliated him in front of an audience, reportedly referring to him as he, it, and a thing. Laura Kate Dale took to Twitter and
based.
And this doesn't even make sense what they wrote, but whatever. Hope someone from Microsoft sees this. Your presenter made completely dehumanized me in front of an audience, ruined my Eurogamer, shows me for trying to take part and have fun like everyone else. Turns out that this was all made up and in his head, thinking that these things were said, and it came out and turned out that no, none of that was said, and the comedian didn't call Kate a thing.
Wait, was this the situation? I vaguely remember also this. Was this the situation where the comedian never actually even pointed at that person? What was that it?
And referred to him as him, even though he's a dude. Which, by the way, it's not other people's responsibility to get your gender right. They need to stop doing this. Okay, so he did misgender you. How is
that's the message. Okay? If someone says that, oh, I'm a cloud of dust in the galaxy. Based, actually, true. But
that it's a comedian. How is that his fault? Why are you trying to get him canceled for that, even if that did happen, which it was proven to not happen? It just goes to show what Laura Kate Dale
lies and lies and
wanted
lies
to do.
and
Ultimately,
lies.
Gain power, get attention, and push an agenda, which brings me to the next thing he did. Create a children's book pushing the ideology and trying to indoctrinate and groom minors to becoming transgender just like he did.
How many times have we, by the way, heard this story? Someone trying to indoctrinate effectively children. It is just truly, truly amazing how this happens so often.
Because he's so screwed up in his own mind that he thinks, maybe I can get other people to be like me and create an entire army of people.
Well, yes, again. This is what the weak do. They subvert the masses to becoming weaker, and they assemble people as weak as them. So they have strength in numbers. This is what they do, and then they try to shame you into something. This is how they do. This playbook is never going to change until the end of humanity.
People like me, and will hide behind the, oh, we're doing it for the kids to help them because it's natural for kids to be trans, and we need to be accepting of that. Kids.
Yeah, fun fact, half of Hollywood's kids are trans. Wow. What an interesting coinky dink.
Are not born trans. This is something that is pushed in ideology to create a movement of getting people to be like them. And it's completely bonkers that it's even gotten to the point that it has. Oh, and don't even get me started that YouTube allows this stuff on YouTube Kids, singing along and pushing the ideologies of the book that Laura made. There's another channel that does this stuff. When I looked up the book, I found this video and I was like, oh my God, you can't comment, you can't dislike it, everything's disabled, but it goes on YouTube Kids and kids see this stuff.
Here at Queer Kid Stuff
and Rainbow Story Time.
Hi friends, welcome to Queer Kid Stuff. I'm Linz.
And I'm Teddy.
And this is Rainbow Story Time, where we read LGBTQ plus picture books for all of you, my friends.
This only ends in an arrest. You know it does.
And my monster grows huge.
Not happening. BioWare still moved forward and decided to hire Laura Kate Dale to work on the writing for Dragon Age the Veilguard. Why would that be? Why would you actively promote and hire someone that has done all these horrific things? It's gotta be because you want the ideology in the game. You want to indoctrinate people. It's pretty obvious, clear as day, that that's what's happening here. And people, when this comes to light, are going to speak with their wallet. It's going to destroy your game. That's how...
Oh, it's already over. Dragon Age Veilguard currently has 60k people playing it. Dragon Age, let me recheck. Veilguard, Steam DB. Let's see, maybe it's even less now. Let's see. Oh shit, oh, that's the wrong thing, but it kind of shows it. Where is Dragon Age? Steam charts, not DB. I wanted charts. I like charts. I can't find charts for some reason. It only takes me to Steam DB. I guess it's the same thing. Oh shit, now it's... Oh no, now it's only 50k people. That is bad. That is bad. So it peaked at 70k concurrent players on its launch day. That is really bad. Okay? That is really, really, really bad. This is a AAA game. It was marketed, it was done this and that, and it only has currently 50k players and it peaked at 70k. This is horrible. This is worse than Starfield, isn't it? BioWare is 100% dead. There is no recovery from this. No, literally no one wants to play that game. If they sell even, by the way, the thing is, with how much money they probably have put in Dragon Age Veilguard, even if they sell 5 million copies, which is impossible for them, they're not gonna make their money back. They will have lost money and a lot of it. It's over.
How this always works.
My name is Laura.
And after this, obviously, no one's gonna buy the next Mass Effect, even if it's happening. I don't know if it's happening or not, by the way. But, you know, if there is a Mass Effect and it's by BioWare, after this, no one's fucking buying that shit.
I am a video game critic, and I have written for pretty much everywhere that will let you write about video games. I've written for IGN, Kotaku, Polygon, Rock Paper Shotgun, Destructoid. Pretty much from the beginning of my career, I've been writing about video game character bugs.
Sad.
It's a glaring example of the industry's willingness to overlook problematic behavior when it suits their needs. I don't know about you guys, but any professional industry that I've ever worked in would make note of quite a few troubling and problematic trends in Laura Kate's history and ensure not to give...
That's not true. You can actually hide your CV extremely effectively, and most people really are not. Unless you're going for a directorial position or an extremely high-tier leadership position, no one's gonna vet the shit out of you, okay? If you're an average consultant or some crap, no one's gonna vet you, okay? Your CV can be lies if you want. No one's gonna vet you.
Give positions of importance to anyone like that, ever. But it doesn't stop the game industry. I mean, like I said, the lead developer at Dragon Age Veilguard, BioWare, is trans themselves. So of course they're going to want to see themselves in other people because these narcissistic people have to push their ideologies. It's all they know. The gaming industry is one that has historically thrived on the community's passion and support. That's exactly how people like Laura Kate Dale has found a way to insidiously invade it and push their agendas. Incidents like this show us just how unsettling the double standard really is.
Disgusting.
For many gamers, supporting a game like this means they're supporting everyone involved in the creation. It's a sentiment that's become difficult when a controversial figure like Laura appears in the credits. These same gamers I've witnessed increasingly expressing frustrations at being unwittingly tied to individuals they might not support.
Dude, all of the dialogue just, after the start of the game, pretty much becomes somewhat garbage or meaningless.
Otherwise, if they didn't know were part of the game. And that's the thing. They hid this all the way until Laura Kate Dale was allowed to announce it when the game's coming out because he is listed in the end credits of...
Yep, exactly. You're not allowed to... it is so crazy. Like, what the fuck do they expect? It is so crazy that they know that having this person work on their game means that people are going to look at it and say, yeah, maybe I'm not interested in this because obviously reasons, right? And they still hired them. How does this... The game industry is just such a joke. It is just such a joke, honestly, in so many regards, in so many ways.
Of the game, and they want everyone...
They hired people that they know will damage their brand and make people not buy their game. They are fully fucking aware of that, and yet they don't care. They still do it. And they try to hide it. It is insanity. Like, what else can you call this if not insanity?
Want to know, look at me, I'm a narcissist, I'm crazy, and I'm in this game. What are you gonna do about it?
She's still holding the ruby in her other hand. Maker's panties, I was so proud.
Oh,
Such sad dialogue.
Ah, shit. They're still holding it.
God, boys, we need to start use the term the barb, okay? Because Dragon Age Veilguard definitely pulled the barb, okay? It barbed really hard.
Sorry.
What are you doing?
Pulling a barb.
Autistic stuff?
Oh, okay.
a barb.
Tradition.
Yeah. I mean, someone else technically should have gotten offended. The person didn't get offended. Someone else pointed out that you should apologize for the person not being offended, and then you apologize and make it about all yourself. Make it all about yourself. Like, does this even make sense in the real... No, it doesn't.
In the Lords of Fortune from one of our old members, Barv. Good guy, but like most of us, his plans went sideways a lot. Bad blood among your crew.
For
We're skipping that because you have seen it. I have seen it. We all have seen it.
writers on Dragon Age the Veilguard, thanks to the lead writer, Patrick Weeks, a friend of his, gets him a job, hooks him up, and completely destroys what used to be at one time a beloved franchise by so many gamers. Honestly, it's tragic.
I'm glad the Lords of Fortune have Tarsh's back.
Oh, Tarsh isn't the first non-binary member of the Lords.
Really?
It was a little before your time, but Horlicks was one of ours. Huh. Bastard looked better than I did in a dress or pants. And out of them, too.
Ah, disgusting.
And unfortunately,
Anyway, I think we get it. That was Smash JT. Kill me now. Life is not worth living. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.